Yo guys, and welcome to a new video. Today I will be talking about him. Alright, so Him is a new horror movie directed by Justin Tipping, not by Jordan Peele, which many people think is the case because all of the marketing is all Jordan Peele only. Well, that is something that happens when some director or some guy is extremely good at making horror films and they want to get a lot of people in the theater. But Jordan Peele did not direct this one, he only put some money in it, so that is why Jordan Peele's name was all over it, because now they do put it on Justin Tipping because the movie is failing, and they did not want to have a failing movie on Jordan Peele's name. That is exactly what is happening right now. So, not directed by Jordan Peele, directed by Justin Tipping, with the money from Jordan Peele. Basically, that is the case. But, as I already said, people think this movie is failing. I, for one, am on a certain point of view where when I first saw the trailers for this film, I wasn't extremely excited for it. The trailers felt weird in my opinion. The trailers did not really satisfy or gratify me. The trailers looked intriguing enough to pique my interest in seeing it, to see where this might go, and the story might like this, where they would let the story go. But I wasn't as excited for this as a lot of other people were, and I think a lot of people were excited for it because, of course, Jordan Peele's name. In my opinion, Jordan Peele makes incredibly great horror films. But I don't really see the guy as the biggest name whatsoever, so Jordan Peele's name is just, hey, Jordan Peele, nice. So that is a reason a lot of people were excited for it. Plus, the idea of this movie is incredibly intriguing and should be very great. But the movie has a fair share of problems that it's extremely... But the movie has a fair share of problems that it stumbles on incredibly hard. And when you watch the movie, you can definitely see all of those things happening on screen right in front of you because they are just that extremely visible. The entire start and the entire beginning of this film are actually really good. Of course, we have the acting, which is insane. It's phenomenal. The two lead actors are awesome. Marlon Wayans is incredible. And people should be talking about Tyreek Withers a lot more because the guy has range and the guy does this kind of movie extremely well. He was more forgettable in I Know What You Did Last Summer, but in this movie he really sets himself apart as being an incredibly great actor, and he does this movie in a phenomenal way, and in that sense this movie is exceptionally great because of those acting things alone. Do have to say that Marlon Wayans, even though the guy is awesome, it sometimes felt like he was going for some award buzz with this one and doing some things extremely over the top, which made it less believable in some key moments, but the acting of these two is what kept the movie together in the end, where the story was failing it, because in this film, you have the entire beginning thing up until the point where he gets to this weird place from Marlon Wayans' character, from White, and it is very good up until that point. The story really is intriguing, the story gets you, and you can kind of see where this might go. You don't really see the horror elements in it yet, but that might come later. But you do feel the drama, and you do care about the characters, you do care about everything that happens, which is nice. There are some weird things happening that you really don't understand, and you hope that the movie will make you understand these things. In my opinion, didn't really do that all that well, but they were there and those movements were intriguing. But then you have the point where he gets to this place, and then the movie is split up into 5 days. And a movie being split up in some kind of chapter-like story usually works really well because you have like this book-like structure, which is extremely nice, but it doesn't really work if you only add new stuff to every chapter and do not resolve any of the other things from the other chapters. And that is everything that this movie suffers from. It's just so incredibly much is put into this. It's extremely overstuffed. It's extremely overcrowded with new ideas and new vibes and new everything put into every single minute of this movie from that second half to make sure that you have a lot of substance and a lot of style and a lot of things, and everything is put into that. But by putting all of those things in this movie and all of those elements in it, you really only make sure that none of these elements have a satisfying conclusion or have a satisfying ending, and not any of these points get resolved in the end, which is why this movie feels more like a headache to watch. It's a headache because of some of the things and some of the vibes and some of the things that they show on screen, but also because of the story that is just a tonal mess with way too much going on for their own good, to make sure that this movie is the perfect example of style over substance. It's style only, and they wanted to add so much substance into it that it completely falls flat, it completely flows over, and it's just a big mess that you end up with. And in the end, you will leave your theater mostly confused by what you saw, mesmerized by the great performances in it, but also very confused in what the hell you actually just witnessed. In the end, it's not very clear. All of these things just happened, and they kept adding so much stuff into it that you just get confused in the end. And that is why this movie is way worse than people are expecting it to be going into it. So be wary if you go, that the story is messy, but it does have some great performances. In the end, I really did not enjoy him so much. I thought it was interesting enough to keep me entertained, but I also lost my interest in it from that second half forwards, and afterwards it did not really get me back. In the end, I give this one 2.5 stars. Most of that is due to the awesome performances, and that is everything I can say about this one. Have you seen it? What did you think of it? Please let me know in the comments down below, because I'm really excited to hear your opinion on it. I want to thank you for watching, and I'd like to see you in the next video. Thank you, and bye bye.